Game 5 time of the Canadian matchup in between the Oilers and the Flames. So far, Oilers have already have one game win, but it looks like this could be the end of the night if the Flames take the Oilers out. Well, I don't know what to say, but it looks like it's going to be a toughest matchup here. And then the first game will be happening in the Western Conference Finals. They'll be at Ball Arena for the Avalanche that have already beaten against the Minnesota Wilds. But I am not too sure what's going to happen here. Well, let's just see how this one gets. And then we only have the Eastern Conference matchup left, the Hurricanes and the Rangers. Will the Rangers get back in the game for the streak, or will the other team, Hurricanes, knock them down? It's going to be all the one-on-one attack in between the Western and Eastern Conference. But we're not sure what's going to happen, so let's give this one a thought. Anyway, without being me, I will be here for the last game of the Hurricanes against the Rangers. So that way, it'll be alright. And now to head things off here, we now send you down to OJ, along with Fan and me phone here at the center ice of the game. Guys, it's all yours. Enjoy the game of Game 5 for the Canadian matchup games. It's the Canadian matchups in between the Flames and the Oilers. Hi everybody, OJ along with Fan and Meatbone. This is Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. The face-off is about to be beginning, and we're about to set things up here in Game 5. And the elite team is winning, and we are underway. The starter here for tonight, as we have the Oilers here, they are on their win here in game number 4. This was in a conference of this one matchup here in between the two. And I'm thinking there might be one more to play this one game if they win that one and ready for game 6. Who will it be?
I'm betting this one is going to be a very tough one to go into mound. I may be thinking, now, why is it very tough enough to try to take the team right away? Well, it's very tough to try to face things up here in the right way. But sometimes I really like to do is keep it in the podium. On the board, it may be a tough one to try to go from here. But we'll see what happens. It may be a good one to keep it an eyes on the target.
Here's Hyman along the boards, scooping along inside of the offensive zone. He gains his own the puck. With the shot, he scores! His first goal in Game 5 puts up a shocking lead in the first period.
With that drive of Zach Hyman, he was delivering things. He waits and waits and waits, and then with that, he takes a shot, and he had it right through. This was the one toughest only game I have ever seen it before. Just like he did here in the other games there, on the Stanley Cup and real games.
Zach Hyman's got his first goal, and they have Edmonton Oilers up in the lead, 1-0. Now he dishes off to Kane. And they won't pick up that puck here. The Flames are in offensive control. Yamamoto with the steal. Races inside. Great poke check by Patterson. Banji paying to Coleman. Inside now, the attack. Moves it quickly over to Foigel. Now the Oilers are back in transition and the offense. They swing it over to Coleman. Coleman's got their way up into the offensive zone. Bouchard takes a steal. Keith swings across to Fogle. Now he swings over to Ken Lukin. Hoskins. Save stop by Mark Strome, and this one carries off to Hannafin.
He's doing very good at the puck. Keeping the control on him, he's just doing great.
Ryan dish over to Newton Hopkins. And the puck is taken away by Lukin. Saved me by Smith. The broken pass here, and oh boy, the shot went saved me by Smith. The puck was nobody man in the open.
Those guys are definitely tough enough. They want it all.
And saved up here by Smith. That one gets caught, and we got to stop and whistle and belay. Still on the early stages for tonight, the Oilers gained their controlment here in the 5th game here in the period. 1-0 is the score.
Tough one to be our last at that point. You may never know. It could be a tough one.
And that one carries offside as Benson went too far to the blue line. Still lots of time left here in between the plays as this one still continues. Now the Flames take it back in control. Now moves over to Lickett. Brogdon couldn't try to stop one. Malone gets it right into cover. The puck is already tipped out of the play here as Tanev gets the control down. Monahan inside. Takes a poke checker away. Lukic trying to hold on to Foley save. That goes off here on Smith.
Watch out for Smith because he was definitely going to get there just like he did here before. And sometimes you're going to need something else to try to stop the puck right away.
Tanev with the steal. Goddard with the puck. Poke checker again here. Edmonton's back in their own position. Gets knocked down, and McLeod will help him get back into play for Nurse. Cece back over to Nurse. Hammers to net. That kicks it off here on the shoulder pattern here by Markstrom. Kuduros got the puck here in the control on inside the center. Up along the wing, here is Malone. In the attacking zone. Swings it off to Nurse. Moves it quickly over to Cece. Hammers it on that here. Takes it back here. Back wide by Markstrom.
He's delivering here just before what he did here, like in the last game. So far, he was delivering things like he'd never done.
And things starting to get a little physical here on offense in the neutral zone. This one's about to be turning things like they did. Good right side. Saved here by Smith. Now it's Nurse in the other way. Swings it off. That gets carried up with a bad pass, and this one swings back into offense.
They're going to need to change things up a bit. They got a lot of stuff here down. They need something else.
McDavid, 2-on-1. Oh, what a stop by Markstrom. Stays up.
He's still going bigger and bigger attacker here.
Still lots of time left here as it's only 1-0 in the score as we are almost heading way to the mid-period in the first. Here's Coleman. Up on Kane. Mangiapane right in the wing. Mangiapane searching. Up again. Goes to Coleman. Shoots. That gets blocked up in front. Draisaitl with the puck. Entering the attack. Plays it at one. Oh, and Yamamoto couldn't try to take the shot as it's stopped by Markstrom. We're almost starting to the mid-period. Score still 1-0 for Edmonton. Now it's just tossed up, and the Flames will have it on. Now he swings it to Coleman. He swings it up, fires the puck here around the board. Bouchard over to Draisaitl. Bouchard with the puck. Swings it over to Kane. Gets knocked down.
He's very physical. He really wants to try to stop one.
Keith outside. Swings it over to Fogle. Up to Bouchard. Fires it on net. That stops the player to go heavy traffic.
This really needs to keep an eyes on that one here. They need something else to go open and defensive.
Fogle with the shot. That goes up and went running back behind the net. Hadifin with the puck. Swings it over to Mangiapane. Now Calgary will be playing in the offensive territory. Fogle with the puck in control. Nugent Hopkins right into along the boards. Swings it over to Bouchard. Shoots one. Off the goaltender it goes. Saved by Markstrom. Hop it inside. That gets heavy traffic. He's trying to back things up here again.
Good idea to go back it up because if the player's on you, man, well, you might need something else to try to stop one.
Charge with the shot. That will not help him slow things down. The puck along the board. And they won't pick up that play. Monahan in there. Scores! That's his first goal of the game, and it's now 1-0. 2-1s.
The rebounding rejecting here was to turn out to be an absolute absolutely wanted to make that one insane. Along with the other players, they got something else here to try to keep their range in for the attack. So far, the Flames are just putting up a great rugby to take shock and awe moments here for Smith.
McDavid peeks up with the steal. Hyman went down. Harvey with the puck. Holds up on Hyman. Shoots one on the side of a corner, and that goes off on a goaltender. Barry rolls it over to Hyman. Barry behind it, and won't help him to take the hesitation. And that will stop the puck here with under 6 minutes to go. The only ability of Leon Draisaitl. He has made his own great tape-to-tape ability that he has it all down here on the boards. So far, he can pass one of each players here and wants to keep it off in the range and wants to give it a try. Tkachuk has gotten his first one here to make great shots here. It's called the tricky zone ability. They try to help with the shot, try to keep their ways right into the momentum to keep it running. We'll see if Tkachuk gets a tricky shot here on the board in Game 5, if they have a good ability to get it through. Back to you guys. Oilers in the attack. Double man on him. This one reaches up to Yamamoto. Up to Barry. Try to move it around, and it's bad pass as Guteros with the puck. Hello!
What a biggest attack moment out there. Oh my goodness. That was the biggest one. I've never seen it here before. Like this one, it's like a car accident here that turns to be a bumper car hockey. What a stop.
Barry back on the outside here in the wing. Rolls it over to Broberg. Swings it around. Over to Malone. Hammers to the net. Saved up by Markstrom. This one goes back to Draisaitl. Now back to Broberg. He takes it back inside here. Makes a shot. That goes off the goaltender. And Barry with the other one. Shoots one. Stays out of focus. And that one stops again by the goaltender.
He's really keeping a high on the pressure. That's because of what he needs to do. He tries very hard. He can't go low with the puck here to try to stop one and get it in closer to counterattack to try to keep it off the momentum. This really needs to save him for one of a time and get right into the zone. If he goes out, well, it's going to be a bad luck for them to try to stop one.
Inside scores! Coleman with the goal. They have the lead. Coleman is receiving his first goal in Game 5, and it carries to be a lead-off two-pointer for the Flames to kick it off here in the first period.
They're really trying to hassle their way.
And things are about to start their ramp up here. And oh boy, we may have a calling to get right back into it.
Duncan Keith was not very happy enough here, and that was a penalty calling on the roughing. That was a tough one here, and the same thing happens with Christopher Tanev.
Those two guys are the only one who wants to try to stop one. It's not going to be good enough to try to make them pay for it. Right now, this will be a 4-on-4 attack here, and then a power play will be coming up here for the Flames.
The Flames definitely got some hand check here. They need something else to go big and square.
It's a shot, stopped again by Markstrom. Oh, Draisaitl has one. He tries to pull it back, and this one needs to be cleared up at the puck. And now they're down to the last minute to play here in the first period of the game, in game number 5. Here's Broberg. Broberg with the attacker. Reaches up to Bouchard. Now here's Cordero. Up to Cullington. Poke checked away by Broberg. McDavid out of reach. Another big hit is being resistant.
Another roughing one. This may be tougher than he had.
That gives it up to Gudbranson. Guterwa in. Bouchard. Ready to take his time. He's trying to go for it. Shoots. Oh, and it's stopped by the goaltender. That ends the buzz beater. With a score of 2-1, it's Flames lead. Second period coming up after this. Things are ready to start here as the second period's about to drop the puck. Glad you could join us here, and we're about to get set. And with the Oilers, they take the start, and we're ready to go. So far, the 1-on-1 here in the man 4-4 is already finished. Perhaps no power play is given up here for those two.
The teams really need something else to go different here. It's the Roughings making decision here that they need something else to try to like slow things down a bit. They need something to try to like keep it up here. It can be a very tough one to try to go by him. But there it is a slight move here. If there's a team making adjustments here, they need something else to try to pull things down here on the board. They need someone to help them.
Barry shot that stops again by Markstrom.
Markstrom was delivering him just a bit of a time moment that he had.
And he's break down with a stop. Draisaitl up with the attack. The tape feed won't be enough. And a pull down is up by the Flames to stop by. He goes up to Goodrow. Calgary moves it around the wing. Keith actor over to Ryan. Back pass to Pochard, and the whistle's being called offside with being held here on Edmonton. The two teams are definitely a collision matchup. The battle back to Calgary of Alberta. This one really does stand out to be here, one of the bestest teams here in the game. We might see them in a couple here for next seasons, if we can definitely get a good look here in between the Oilers and the Flames. What do you think there, fan?
That may be a good idea. I'd love to see that one. In between the two attacks, I love that one being called. So far, it's very a tough one to be in staying.
Fuego blocked the pass. Up to Nuke and Hopkins. Keep outside. Stick clip. Trying to move around inside. And that one kicks it over by Coleman. Coleman right to backline. Moves the puck over to Mangiapane. The Flames back in offensive control. That saves off here by Smith and the other way. Malone battling the puck along the board. Collington up to Mangiapane. Shoots! Scores! That's another one! It's 3-1. The Battle of Alberta continues. Mangiapane was really delivering his own time ability. He gets a good hand with release bit, and the Flames are working there very hard. Thanks to Collington and Backlund, their team is definitely looking for himself for him tonight to get right into the money. The fights against the number one. Oh, it stops again by the player. This one very toughs it out. CC over to Benson. The battle attackers are right on the money. Edmonton back in the other way. Fires the puck. That stops again by Markstrom. And it's Lukic with the puck control. Swings it up and over. Deep pass by Toffoli. Trying to move around inside, and here comes Lukic. Shoots one, that goes off on the goaltender. McLeod with the puck control. Now he waits, and he finds Nurse. Up at the Paris. Hurry up! That saves off again by the goaltender. And he gets whipped down. Kuderov with the puck, poked away. McLeod back in the other way. Oilers in control. Hyman up. Shoots one. Saves up by Markstrom. That clears it to try to stop the puck. Goldonk in the bound. In between the attackers by Smith and Markstrom. These are the only two ones. But Markstrom was delivering him with the best opportunity saves ever again. How does it really feel to try to stop one?
It does really stop one. I know that Markstrom was definitely trying to keep that one safe. Every time you play, you might have the only ability to try to keep the attacker inbound. So far, that team may be a stop for a bull run to give that one a call.
Officials are ready to get set on the center ice here for the face-off. And the Oilers take it up here again. Now it's McDavid. Up over again to Puljujärvi. Puljujärvi get wrapped up here, and this one goes back over to Lindholm. Lindholm right over to Kachuk. That pokes away by Nurse. Battle on the board. Takes it back, and Barry rolls him on with the puck to take it the puck steal. Fires the puck along the end. And out of reach. That's back to Yamamoto. Barry up with the puck. Keith will try to reset things up. Now it's over to Kane. That rejects it out here, as this one will help things up here, as the goaltender will give it off to Keith. Now it's back to Barry. He moves it inside. Inside out, Draisaitl can't pick it up to go.
Those teams are very hard to try to take the offensive players and try to make the attack. This one really just try to stop things up here within the abounders.
And Kane off target wide. Yamamoto clears it inside, Draisaitl in there, and it's too many bodies in the way, and this one was being rejected out in the other way. And it's stopped by the goaltender. This one keeps it going.
He's really trying to keep the momentum here, and that may be a tough one to try to knock them down.
And the penalty coming up for Edmonton. That will be the hooking call. And there you go. That will be the tripping call. And the power play is coming up for Calgary. The power play is coming up here for the Flames to give this one a first time to give it a power play goal in game number 5. We'll see how this one happens if we get a good look in between the range. Backlund, oh, what a stop by Smith. That almost went into the net.
Tough call, it's in the inbounder.
We are under mid-period to play here in the second period. So far, it's 3-1 Calgary. Edmonton is looking for a fight back if they wanted to give it all. That swings over. Try to stop one. Backlund around him, and Smith will hold on to puck. Fires the puck in deep, and that will be out of reach. Toffoli up to Mangiapane. He swings inside, blocked up by Nurse. Ceci up again. And this one will be trying to pull it back here with a minute to play in the power play. And another penalty coming up. And now this will be a 3-on-5 to attackers. 2 men are in the penalty box. That will be Cody Ceci with the unacceptable calls. The team right now of Tkachuk, he knows his ability to call this one a tricky zone. He has never got one, but some back in the ever games here in the Stanley Cup playoffs, he really doesn't have it all the time and the pressure that takes it all in him. He has played here so far, and sometimes he has gotten a great tacker to try to put things on the board. We'll see if Tkachuk can get a power play goal and get back into the game. Back to you guys. Ogden Rush, that saves up by Smith. And Draisaitl, wow, what a clear view. And he's going to go for it. Oh, what a stop here by Markstrom. This one carries out.
He's really doing it so far. What a save. This one's a bigger tackler.
Now this is back on 4 and 5. No power plays yet. For the first one here, as right now of him, he's back on ice. Draisaitl watching him. Keith on the board. Scores! Monon gets a 2-goal. And the power play is up for the Golden Flames. He is delivering the fire on pressure. Monahan is delivering things all alone, and it looks like a one-on-one is about to attack things up here, and are ready for everything. It might be a tough one to go inbound, but there might be another way to get right from here to get things on. Nurse saved off by Markstrom. Leno on the attack. He is pushing in the P. He's going for it. Oh, what a stop here by Smith. And it goes back over to McDavid. McDavid on the flying wheels. Flinks up to Puljujärvi. Leno takes the puck. And along with the attacking on the board. Now back to Tkachuk. Calgary inside the motion. That blocks up and rejected wide. That gets called over. Now Kylington up in the range. Blocked it up by Pilarvi.
Pilarvi was going to get there just like he did here before. And I'm thinking there might be another one to try to like stop it and slow things down a bit.
The puck goes out of reach and Nurse will have to hold on for a second, as they will need to make some changes up here and a new one to try to take them down. Make it aggressive here, it will be a much better choice to go with it. That puck went out of reach. Double man on the attacking along the board. CC right in the front. Moves inside. That gets caught it up by Markstrom. And we get a whistle in play to hold the puck.
Those teams are very tired already. Now it looks like they're trying to like keep it in focus and square.
And it's still coming down on the wire here for the second period. The Flames extend their lead 4-1 in the second period in Game 5.
The Flames love it. They really love to play their own time. They want to see how well they can do.
Markstrom saves it again. That one stops to carry things off with only 4:03 to go. Officials are being set, ready to take the puck face off and get back on the ice. Back into play here. Here's CC. Backhand shot. That stops by Markstrom. And Anderson will hold it over to Coleman. Coleman's got the puck and across the board. He moves one in there. Smith tries to stop it and makes a save. McLeod, here comes Benson. Springs it up here to try to slow things down. Back to pass by Cece. Now moves over to Broberg. He hammers it. That won't be enough shot. You have to get more to get the attacker. Shoots it in there. Markstrom stops the puck. Just coming down to the wire here with only 2:50 left to play. It's 4-1 of the Calgary Flames. Here's Bouchard. He swings around, backhand shot. Markstrom just got it better.
He's looking for a clear-eye vision here. It's a tough one to go right in the bounder, and you might have a lot of choice ability to try to stop this on the puck.
Now the Flames take it over. Adafin gets plucked out. Draisaitl moves over to Yamamoto. Up to King. Shoots it up again. That saves it out by Markstrom.
Markstrom is delivering things like he's never done here before.
Now here comes Keith. Pull around the net. That went blocked up here in front. Anderson trying to hold on there. And 1 or 2 minutes left to play here in the second period. Now the puck is sticking away here. And this one gets blocked up. Swings over to Bouchard. Bouchard in now. Strikes it. And it's never going to get there in time. Wow. Unbelievable moment out there. He really does it.
He is just going big banger out there. Save me like he did.
Offside's the call on Edmonton. That will be under 1 minute to go in the second period before the regulation of the period of second is over. Now it's Hanifin with the puck. McDavid trying to hold up with the puck loose. Barry holds it right in front of him. Edmonton's back in the other way. Lindholm with the puck loose. This one goes back to Hyman. Hyman in control. Fires one, blocked up in traffic. McDavid up here. And here's Nurse. Shoots, scores! They're back up, trailing by 2.
Wasting the shot can be a difficult change up here. And here's what happened. It looks like Darnell Nurse was able to try to stop one. He is delivering things like he did here before.
What a play here for Darnell Nurse here as this one comes down to the wire. And that will do for the second period. So far, the Flames gain their control, 4-2. They could be moving on to the conference finals. But we'll see how this thing goes when we come back. Teams are ready to go. OJ and Finn, along with me, Fung. We have played 2 periods, and now this is the last period to play here in the 5th game. Will it be a win or a go home for the Oilers? We'll find out after this 3rd period is over. Let's get started. Here's McDavid up here in the center. He's never going to take his time here along the board here. Here's Barry. Shooting in range can be a little challenging up here. And this one's fight's about to initiate. And oh boy, they're going to do it. This one is doing some penalty timing, and this one is going to be a very tough one to get back inbound.
Not so good, because that was a very toughest making decisions out there. They need something to go right in between the attacking zones. It's a painful job to get right by him.
And the fight's down. That's it for Kachuk and Nurse. They're in the penalty box.
Those teams are a very tough one to try to take them bound. It's not that easy because of Darnell, Nurse, and Kachuk, they are stopping the play for him.
Now this one comes back in the game here as the score's now 4-2 for the Edmonton Oilers and the Flames. The Battle of Alberta. Now the play resumes. Here's Keith. Shoots one. Glove saved up by Markstrom. Took a hammer with that, but holds in control. Still coming down in the wire here with just a minute to play here on ice time. And they will try again. Here's Barry. Takes a shot. That saves up again by Barry. And Anderson will hold up at the steal. Double man on Hannafin. Now back to Colvin. The Flames regain their group. Blocking a shot. It goes off target. Barry up to Hyman. He moves along into the wing. Boyarvi will come in to help him. Lindholm with the puck and takes control. Nice zone entry in the center. And here's Coleman. What a blocking rejection up for the Oilers first, seeming like they're going to need to try to stop one.
It's true, because if all they need something else here, they got to try to attack at things like they haven't done here before.
Shoots one. Saved it off again by Markstrom that parries it out. Keep outside. Now it's bring back to Ceci. Back to Keith. Back to Ceci. He brings it up to Hyman. Hyman back to Ceci. Moves inside. And back around the net won't be enough to get right to the goal. It's the tough balance to get right back into it.
You really want to make that one a call, you got to get right through it. It's a tough one to go right into the being bound, but this may not be happy enough to get there in time. You got to go right away.
Malone kicks it off to Nukin Hopkins. Battle along the board again. Nukin Hoskins with the puck. Swings it over McLeod. And McLeod will have to hold on here. Takes away to Toffoli. Toffoli racing towards the other way. And knocks it over again. Ceci with the puck control. He moves it inside. Swings around the board, trying to get around with the man defender. Now it's broken. Hammerson net. That's stopped by Markstrom. Now we'll hold on to the puck here to get some hydration. We're certainly on the early stage here for the second and third. It's still coming down to the wire here for the Game 5 for the Flames to win. This may be a tough one to try to take the inbound and then go right from the attack.
They still always do. It's very that difficult, then you need to have precision up here.
Draisaitl with the puck. He flings around the board to Yamamoto. Up to Kane. And this one, bad pass is rejected. Got a little heavy attackers here. This one is pulling it back the other way. Kane reaching back towards the end. Kane watching on the man. And it's stopped by Monahan. Fires the puck around and then calls out a whistle and out of play. a lot of early staging on attacks. Those two are the only teams that get a lot of hits and even control things up here on the board.
It's tough one, and going with the inbound, they need something else to like get right into the attackers. It's very hard to get right through here. Not a very tough one to go clear, but they really need something else to go for it.
He takes a shot. Oh, Markstrom makes a save. What a stop here. This one is a celebration here for the Canadian team of the Flames. If they can catch one here, well, they can definitely do it again. And the Oilers takes a win. Down to McLeod. McLeod up again to Barry. Wrist one. Oh, he bumped out again.
He's doing too much already. He's got some control that he needs, and that could be a very tough one.
That goes out of play. As this one comes in, continuing by flipping around here on the other side. It's back to Barry. He swings it off again. Harvey went down. Draisaitl inside. Oh boy, Nurse holds on to puck. Barry takes it in here. Shoots one. Almost went inside the net, but it's stopped by Markstrom with a quick reaction. This is the toughest team in the making here. Only 11:22 to go. The Oilers need to get back to play one if they wanted to keep it alive.
The pressure they need, they just really can just try to like save it all they can. But it's a very tough one to like get into it.
Back at shot, score! CC gets his first score in the postseason. It's now a 1-point trail.
I did not see that one here with the back shot. It was deflected, and from the blade, it just came in. A tough timing. It was a bigger success to make the achievement go from banging.
Now the Flames are still up in the head. It looks like the Oilers can go for the tie if they want to get right by him. Now they have to act fast. Here's Draisaitl, up again by Broberg. Shoots one, and it went over to the goalie net, and it's up again by the goaltender. Now here's Draisaitl. Brings it up to the Hyman. Hyman trying to take his time. Goes back over to CC, back to Broberg. Shoots one in the net, and it's up again by Forsberg. Back to Puljujarvi. And with that one, Rusika comes inside the other way. Past the mid-period in the third. Now swings off to Anderson, up to Hannafin. Shoots one, up on the side of the net. And this bad pass by Ceci was pulled down. Puljujarvi can't hold on. Fires the puck from deep into the right. And this one's about to get physical right now. And the board can be a little painful in between. And we got a penalty. That will be a penalty shot. Almost went up here too much, but it did not happen.
Well, that Broberg was believing in him. Well, they have to call that one to be in the penalty box.
And right now the penalty of the power play coming up for the Flames. Going to be extension with the lead here tonight. It's a tough one inbound.
It's very the toughest because the only team needs to get there safe is try to take their inbound and have it on their own ability. They have to stop it right away in order to take their time to get right by him. They need something else to go right from here instantly and try to help them up with the puck. So they got to make it quick and get it easier.
The Flames and Oilers are still in regained control here. This one is only a minute and 34 to play for the power play. And this one Goodall, and it's stopped away by that. Another delay penalty coming in here for the Oilers. This one's the toughest bound, and the penalty is on the 5-on-3. That is another tripping error to call. Derek Ryan is in the penalty box.
Oh, not so good. This is going to be a nightmare.
The teams are all here in this segment. There's now only Nuke and Haskins to stop the players if they wanted to get back into it.
It's very tough when I try to make it clear, and I need something else to try it.
Score! Kachuk gets a tricky shot. The extensively the power play goal. The Flames are all on the board. Kachuk's got the tricky shot ability. He was there getting there closer, but this was the only time they have only toe. So far, they got another great sticky setup. Oh boy, this was another one to get right by him there. And here's Kachuk racing towards the odd man rush. Hooked away. Cece. Nurse trying to hold on. That's kicked away here by Nurse. Hold on with the puck. Nugent Hoskins will try to hold things around on the board. Hoskins inside. Stopped away by Monahan. And we have a penalty. That's going to be a boarding.
Not so good because about 1 year it was too hard.
Yep, Zach Hyman is done for the game here in the postseason. He's in the penalty box. The tough hands of the teams. Those teams are definitely in the matchup here. What the referee was calling on him, it was an easier call that they have here tonight. This one's not going to be the toughest one to make the in-play on the bound to try to stop one. And it's very hard to try to keep an eye on the board. So far, the boarding can be like a hold on to the player. Also with the slam bam, like that. Even if you're on a body check, you might have to try to avoid it and get right back to the point. We'll see what they can do here to try to keep it out of range here for the 5-on-3 attacks. Back to you guys. We're under 6 minutes to play, and the penalty is over for the 5-on-3, but now it's a power play coming in. Now it's Anderson, up over to Toffoli. He swings it off to Backlund. Backlund right over to Mangiapane. And it's Bouchard. He's racing towards in there. Oddman Rush coming inside. Backhand shot. Gets it, trapping it away. What a stop here by the defenders. This one is a reach out. What a stop moment out there for Ryan with a poke check. Now Bouchard. 10 seconds in the power play. That will even the strength up here for their third period. Now it's back in their way. Back to on 5-on-5. Nurse got a little big banger, and back in the other way, here they come. Edmonton back in the way, Draisaitl. Swings up to Nurse. Hammers it on net, that's off by Markstrom. Here's Barry with the shoots, and this one's off target wide. Perry in again. Goodrow up to Mangiapane. This one's coming down in the wire.
They need something else out there.
Nurse with the tricking on the poke check. Here's Ryan up around, and it went too much heavy traffic. And right now to stand by for Meepo. Matthew Tkachuk was really got a great timing ability here after this power play call. He's got a great tricky shots here to give that one a call. And so far, gets right from traffic. It's a tough one. Hold up from here as right now Cece gets a goal. They're coming back in there.
It's tough one right now because now we have a slap shot goal. The puck was flying. It went from the other side out there. And for so far, it was giving him a heavy traffic in front.
Draisaitl was delivering games here on the offensive on the zone, and they're giving their team a lucky momentum out there. They might need something else to try to keep things up here on the board. And so far, they need another one to try to take the numbers out. We'll see if Leon Draisaitl can try to stop one in down there to bait the attack. Back to you guys. 5-4 is the score. Shoots one, scores! Leno gets a goal, it's game!
Wow, the players are tired right now. It looks like their season is done.
6-4 is the score. This one's delivering things up, and we got a one-on-one matchup here in the first seed. A lot of high skill advantage out here for the Avalanche and for Calgary Flames. Here's Anderson outside, up to Kachuk. And another penalty. That's going to be a nightmare to get things up here for Edmonton.
Not so good for Broberg. That's 2 in a row. And their team is making an uncontracted call. A tough one inbound.
Now the teams are back into the play of the position of the power play. They are now under 2 minutes to go here in the third period. The shoots one, and Ceci will have to give things up here away. He goes right over to Nukin Haskins, a better angle. This one Buxton clears it up. Here's Hannafin. And the puck is broken up. Back pass. Hannafin won't stop here. Gains his own in the offensive end now. Monahan shoots one. Stopped on the goaltender. Last minute of play here in the third. This one's off again. Lindholm trying to hold on. Stop again by Smith. Here's Nurse. We'll have to give it up to Nukin Hoskins. No man trying to help him out. Hyman in control. Shooting it down left and right. 40 seconds to play in a power play and 30 seconds in game period. Up to Monahan, stopped again by Kachuk. Oh, and it's carried out here in front. 3-on-1 attacker. And bam, you go. Ceci up. Keith inside now. That gets taught up. And that one will be not a great play to stop one. Here's Lindholm. Stopped again. And that will do it. The Flames are going to the conference finals to face against the Avalanche.
What a day for Markstrom and their teammates. A huge success. But the real game was always happened. The upsetting of the first seed was delivering out with the toughest momentum.
Well, that's going to do here for the Western Conference at the semifinals, but we only have one game left. It will be the Rangers and the Hurricanes. Stick up here for the next one when we come back. Here for the next one. Me as OJ along with Fan and Mifa, and this has been a presentation of the NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs. Thanks for watching and have a great night. Here in Alberta, with the Canada team. Get home safe. All right there, thank you, and what a tremendous flowering place in the moment. And as for right now, this was the toughest momentum to make the ability. 4 and 6. Time for 3 star players in the game. Number 3 is Matthew Tkachuk. 1 goal and assist, 4 hits, and that was a tricky big rig and tricky shot ability. He's delivering things like he did here before. The second star is Zach Hyman. 1 goal, 2 assists, and 4 hits. And that may be tough to go inbound, but that may be a tough one to try to stop one here. And for number 1, that one's on Monahan. 2 goals, 1 assist, and a hit. Good timing in the roll, and a 2-on-1 breakability here for the power play is delivering up like he did. So that ends up here for the Western Conference. Only 1 game left to go in the Eastern Conference. One of the teams will be moving on to the conference finals. Will it be the Hurricanes or will it be the New York Rangers? Let's see what happens if we get a good look in between the two. So far, it may be a tough one to go inbound. Thank you for watching, and if you're tuning it in, coming up will be the next one. I'm out of here. Peace out, everyone, for a while as the NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs of NHL 22. Dial.